is the brand new Dodge Challenger Redeye. And in my opinion, it is the supercar bargain of the century. Why is it a supercar? And why is it a bargain? Well, coming up right now, I'm going to give you my top 10 reasons. Pick your favorite supercar. I'm thinking like Lamborghini Aventador, Audi R8, almost any modern Ferrari. This has more horsepower. At 797 horsepower, what you get with this Hemi is more power than an Aventador, a Porsche 911, an Audi R8. It's mind-blowing that for well under $100,000, you get more tire shredding horsepower than you will get from cars costing 2, 3, 4, or even 5 times as much. And that's why it's the bargain of the century. At number 9 has got to be styling, because let's face it, supercars are all about just how audacious and cool they look. So if a supercar is the guy that walks into the bar, then the Ferrari is a guy that walks into the bar and steals your girlfriend. The Audi R8 is a guy that walks into the bar and all the girls look at. This Redeye, that's the guy that walks into the bar, looks at you, punches you in the face, grabs your girlfriend and walks out without any excuses. That's how badass this looks. At number 8 is the fact that, of course, supercars have big and wide tires. Now, this Redeye has 305 35 R20s. In other words, they're not only wide, but they're wide enough that if you really wanted to, you could have these tires double as a steamroller. Are they wide enough? Hell no! You still can't lock up and put enough power down, even with 305s, for all the torque that this engine's putting on. But like a proper supercar, they are crazy ass wide and just stick out way beyond even these fender flares. At number 7 has to be that any proper supercar has to be a bit of a showman. You know, have some kind of cool feature or quirk that makes you feel like this car is special. A lot of supercars have active aero where spoilers go up and down. They have active suspension, and the Redeye has the exact same thing. It's got this red key, but it not only has a red key, but it also has a black key. In fact, there are 3 different drive modes. There's a valet mode, which gives you about 200 horsepower. There's a black key that gives you about 500, and then there's this one, red key in use. It gives you almost 800 horsepower. Proper showmanship, proper supercar stuff. Number 6 is the fact that a proper supercar has to be properly uncomfortable, because if you can get in and out of the thing easily, it's probably not a supercar. Now, unfortunately, the Challenger is very comfortable, but there is a saving grace. It has a surprisingly tiny back seat. I mean, let me show you. It's hard to get in. And once you're in, if you can make this seatbelt work, there is literally no leg room and no headroom. No headroom. So just like a proper supercar, it's properly hard to get in and out of, well, the back seat. Hey guys, this video is brought to you by the Automotive Video Association, which is made up of some of the coolest cars and some of the coolest YouTube video reviewers that you can find anywhere. If you're interested...
I'm cool, Roman?
Alex is cool. If you're interested in watching great reviews of some of the coolest cars by my man Jason here.
I live my life 1/4 mile at a time.
All you have to do is visit their YouTube channels.
Turn me on, Roman.
And check out these great car reviews, because not only do we have the coolest cars, but Nick,
we have the coolest individuals, as you can see, my little bastion of England.
So check out the AVAs, and thank you for watching this video, and be sure to check out all of the reviews that all these guys are producing. At number 5 is the fact that A proper supercar has to be easily breakable. That's right. You have to have things that can break and break easily and then be expensive to repair. Now, as you know, we have a long-term Hellcat, and it's got this exact same chin spoiler that this Redeye has. And I can promise you that ours looks like it's been serving in Beirut or pick your favorite war zone. Because even though this feels like it's made of plastic, it's really made of some kind of magnetic material that is easily sucked into any curb or any possible obstruction that is bigger than, let's say, a pregnant ant. As you can see, there's very little ground clearance between the spoiler and the ground. And number 4 is the fact that supercars are basically based on race cars. And this Challenger does have race car technology built into its design. It's right here. It's a hole in this headlight, which comes right out of the racing world. And what it allows this car to do is have a lot of air going into that mighty supercharged Hemi so that you get almost 800 horsepower that you can't use, which is also another supercar feature. Number 3, any modern supercar has to have different and trick suspension because, well, that's what supercars do, and the Redeye does not disappoint. Let me show you. So first I'm going to turn it on, I'm going to hit the SRT button, which then takes you into SRT mode, and as you can tell, I've got 4 different modes that allows me to do things like change the transmission, the traction, the suspension, and the steering from auto to custom to sport to, of course, track, which is actually the next thing on my list. So at number 2 is the fact that a proper supercar has to be a little terrifying, or let me put it a different way, it has to scare the pants off of you, and this car will do that. Let me show you. That is me full throttle with the back end not hooking up and doing whatever it wants to do. And if I had done that going around this turn in track mode, chances are that I'd be talking to you from the hospital next. Because this car, if you do not respect the power and the sheer lack of grip, will terrify you all day long. Luckily, we have a Hellcat back at home, so I know what this thing is capable. So very rarely do I ever take the leash off the Hellcat, and I'll be darned if I take the leash off the Redeye, because it will, without thinking twice, put you into a tree. And that is supercar. Number 1, a supercar obviously has to be fast. And with a top speed of 203 miles an hour, that puts the Redeye in supercar territory in my book. Now, some of you may be thinking a supercar also has to be sophisticated. It has to use ultra-modern technology with super lightweight materials. To that I say, pick yourself up off the barroom floor, stop whinging, and go get yourself a Redeye that starts at just under $70,000, which makes it, at least in my book, a supercar bargain of the century. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, real world reviews. And stop whinging. That is a supercar bargain. It really is. The M key is pretty badass though, and so is the McLaren key.
The M key, man, it's just so boring,
cool.
boring BMW.
Yes, there we go.
And you gotta love the black and the red key, right?